What up? Short movie, short review. Nothing but good stuff to talk about here, really. But first, if anyone else has caught Talk to Me in theaters, let me know what you think of it down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Which is a lot, by the way. Do you have any particular highlights or lowlights? And do you think our protagonist got what she needed? Or do you think she got what she deserved? I'm curious, really, so let me know. Anyway, modern horror is perhaps the most consistently refreshing genre for me as of late. It's always been composed of smaller artists with smaller budgets who are willing to take bigger risks than the typical studio, and Talk to Me is an exceptional entry in this field of exceptional talents. It's scary, it's resonant, it's way better looking than it has any right to be for a budget of a meager $4.5 million, and it's got messaging and themes about almost everything you could want in a horror film. The visceral whips and heart rate you get in this movie are just so good. 1 second you're smiling, thinking, this is so campy, it's hilarious, I love it. The next your heart is racing and you're thinking, what the fuck, make it stop. Though the plot itself is fairly standard, haunting spirit horror fare, the way it plays out is anything but typical. And even if you see the story beats coming, they're just as awful and shocking, just as disturbing and gruesome as they would have been if you didn't even have a clue. Talk to Me delivers shock after shock. My entire theater was reeling from its impact in every single scene. Convincing performances, stellar sound design, and a nightmarish use of practical effects mixed together to create a chilling atmosphere that just sucks you right in. Though that is easy for me to say. After the first scare of the movie, where I heard an Australian accent, I was fully on board. I kind of forgot Aussies could exist in horror movies. Beyond the surface scares, Talk to Me also provides enough depth to satisfy. It's not necessarily hereditary, though it clearly takes a page from the modern classic. We get metaphors for addiction, for grief, and for guilt, all rolled into one. We get realistic depictions of the popular kids in high school. They're dickish by nature, but polite so long as it serves their interests and is convenient to them. Then they vanish into smoke at the first sign of turmoil. Honestly, brilliant just how I totally bought into these characters being just the types of assholes to do exactly what they do in this situation. And if I'm enjoying the throwaway details of minor characters this much, please let that inform you of how I regard the rest of the film. The main cast, for instance, was so much fun. All of them feel clever and feel like they have real chemistry between each other, but it's never overbearing or taking away from the scares that are always lurking just below the surface. We even get a new dislikable main character to put on that horror movie Mount Rushmore if that's your cup of tea. And this is a bit random, but I wanted to shout out the mom in this movie. I thought she was a treat whenever she was on the screen. But I'll leave it up to you to determine who I meant there. Now, I won't claim to be someone who's familiar with the Philippines' work up to this point, or someone who has watched their young talent ascend and excel over the years. I had no idea who anyone attached to this movie was, but now I do want to find out more. Like I said, a huge scare in the movie for me was hearing that first Australian accent. I was genuinely floored at that reveal. But all joking aside, things only took off from there. The movie starts with a bang and just keeps on delivering. I am happy to say that I was someone who managed to catch what could be the Philippines' breakout hit in theaters while it was playing. And I'm definitely going to be buying a ticket right away to whatever project those two are putting out next. So go ahead and see something scary, wet your beak. Halloween is just around the corner after all. And the ending of Talk to Me is more than worth writing home about. I give it 4 ceramic fingers out of 5. Until next time.